By the end of this video, you will be convinced that the lost island of Atlantis that Plato described was never beneath the ocean at all, but has stood in the open the entire time, as the ancient mystical land of Ireland. Thanks to the groundbreaking research by Keystone University, we now have a fresh lens to view this ancient history. If this fascinates you as much as it did me, subscribe now and let YouTube know you want to see more videos like this one on your algorithm. Starting things off, there was a lost megalithic mother culture that spanned across the world. From North America to India, from South Korea to Egypt, we find similar ancient structures, such as dolmens, stone circles, and sacred mounds. Strikingly, these features are identical to the megaliths scattered across the Irish landscape. In fact, Ireland has the highest concentration of megalithic structures on Earth. This isn't coincidence, it suggests a central origin, a megalithic mother culture that radiated outwards from Ireland. These builders had boats, and evidence shows they travelled seaways, building and influencing civilizations across continents. The spread of these ancient monuments along coastlines, not inland, indicates seaborne migration, and Ireland was their epicentre. Newgrange is the circular temple that Plato described Atlantis as having, a large circular temple that served as a spiritual and civic centre. This matches precisely with Newgrange, a massive Stone Age sun temple in Ireland, predating the pyramids and Stonehenge. The circular structure, its solar alignment, and the enormous stones used, some weighing over 100 tons, suggest advanced engineering and religious knowledge. Greek legends of Hyboria also speak of a circular temple on an island in the North Atlantic. Coincidence again, or the same source, retold across cultures? One of the most fascinating aspects of Newgrange is how its stones got there. The unique grey-wacky stones used in its construction are found only in County Louth, miles away across water and up rivers. Stone Age boats, reconstructed with authentic tools and techniques, have proven that this feat was possible. This was no isolated tribal effort. It was an organised, far-reaching civilization. Greek and Sanskrit texts refer to an island of sun worship in the far west, Hyrania and Hyboria, a place of advanced spirituality and mysterious language. In these same traditions, a druid or prophet named Abaris is said to have taught Pythagoras, and is recorded in Irish legend as a teacher and healer. These are clear parallels. Ireland's ancient tree alphabet may hold even more secrets. Ogham writing. Its characteristics, based on the native Irish trees, mirror those in Hebrew, Phoenician, and Greek alphabets. Scholars like Godfrey Higgins argued these similarities are too strong to be coincidence. If so, the Irish script may be the original, the linguistic root from which these others grew. Ogham writing has also popped up in Siberia, Russia, on the Shigar idol, which is 11,500 years old, which is actually older than the time Atlantis had supposedly sunken. There is many examples in North America, locations such as the Blanchard Stone in Vermont and the Reinhardt Boulder in Georgia, both on the east coast, which suggest the lost civilization stretched into the Americas. Ireland also has strong Egyptian links. Ancient texts from Egypt suggest Pharaoh Men's sailed to a distant western land, described as the Sunset Land, and he died there. His tomb in Egypt was empty. Meanwhile, a site in County Tyrone bears identical inscriptions to those in his supposed tomb. Could Ireland be the final resting place of Egypt's first pharaoh? This connection between Egypt and Ireland deepens when we examine red-haired mummies, not only found in Egypt, but also in China, Peru, and Europe, matching the genetic traits that are commonly found in Irish people. Suppression of Irish history is why we don't really hear about this in school. Because history is often written by conquerors, the Roman Catholic authorities and the British Empire spent centuries erasing Irish Druidic history, destroying texts, burning monuments, and rewriting the narrative. The ancient Irish legacy was deliberately buried. Ice Age Habitation Ireland was thought to be completely frozen during the last Ice Age, but new discoveries prove the Gulf Stream continued flowing, making Ireland habitable. Flora, fauna, and even freshwater species unique to the island suggest it was never fully covered with ice. Stone tools, hundreds of thousands of years old, were found in Ireland to further prove early human settlement, but they've been ignored or dismissed by mainstream scholars, suggesting they only arrived in Ireland through ice sheets. Recent discoveries and the rise of Irish antiquity Dronehenge, the largest henge ever discovered, twice the size of Stonehenge, was only recently found in Ireland. Newgrange, ancient Stone Age boats, and butter older than Rome paint a clear picture. Ireland was not a primitive backwater, but an ancient capital of culture and civilization. More and more new evidence that breaks the boundaries of mainstream history is being discovered. Graham Hancock's Ancient Apocalypse series is a great example of pushing the boundaries and arriving at new conclusions, which actually make more sense than what you're taught in school. Atlantis has never been lost. If we follow the clues, megalithic structures, ancient languages, religious records, seaborne expansion, cross-cultural legends, and archeological finds, they all lead to one place, Ireland. Plato described a lost island beyond the Pillars of Hercules, an island with advanced knowledge, a circular temple, a seafaring people, and a tragic downfall. That island exists. It's Ireland. At that time, Britain was attached to mainland Europe by a landmass called Doggerlands, meaning Ireland was the only large western island in Europe. But what about Atlantis, the city? The concentric rings of canals and walls? For that, we turn to the Eye of Africa, also known as the Richard structure, in Mauritania. Geological features there match Plato's descriptions nearly perfectly. So perhaps Ireland was the island empire, and the Eye of Africa was its capital. Together they form the heart of a global, prehistoric civilization that we are only beginning to rediscover.